It's your boy, P4, with another episode of Just Listen Podcast. End of the year edition. What's happening, y'all?
What up? I'm gone.
Where the hell you going?
I don't know.
Boy said he gone.
Yeah.
Mr. AKA himself can, compose himself sometimes. It is I.
That lets you know it's end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It.
Carlibration.
Oh, this nigga going.
AKA Carlibration. There he is. AKA Carios. I'm gonna put that in my note.
There you go.
He figured that shit out on the fly. Everybody know we're Carlibration.
Snapped out of
Oh, boy. It is I. Thielen. This nigga here.
Mr. Four Dots in the house.
4 Dots, AKA neighborhood friendly. Guidance
Substitute
counselor.
teacher.
No.
Substitute teacher,
guidance
guidance counselor,
It is I. I'm here.
computer lab tech.
Hey, I'm trying to build y'all up to better than what you were before.
I guess. For those who don't know, there's voices
no
in the
guest.
back.
There's no guest.
We got some special guests here. Please announce yourself.
Please announce yourself.
ATL Vince Knows, a.k.a. BK, Mr. To Atlanta in the city.
My man had to take a deep breath.
Mr. Juicy Braids himself.
The homie next to me.
Mr. Juicy Braids himself is coming in the building.
He's trying to get himself together.
AKA Ron, AKA Mr. Easy Money. He can't even say pipe, huh?
That's me.
Next to him is,
It's the big homie. If you ain't know me, holla at your boy.
hey,
You can tell who's been drinking this motherfucker.
hey. Look, we have a good time sometimes, man. We had to bring him back one more time.
Jesus Christ.
We had to bring him back for another episode.
Goodness.
Two piece.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, this is our end of the year episode. 2019 is about to end. We're ending a decade. We finna into 2020.
Decade.
So
Big celebration. Carlibration.
we finna elaborate on some things
Cario.
that's happened in these last 10 years. You know, hopefully everybody's grown as a person, as an individual in this decade. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Damn.
End of the year, yo. Look, we out here celebrating, so we appreciate
Yeah,
all the
we just
listeners.
bringing it right, man.
We appreciate everybody that listens to us. Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Google Play.
Been a good year.
I'm glad everybody that follow us on IG. What else we on? Facebook,
YouTube.
We on everything, yo.
All that shit.
Appreciate
Look, I appreciate all the views on YouTube.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man.
We just hit 150
Hey,
on the
and climbing.
yeah. Hey, all I can see is up at 2020.
And very soon they're gonna be on the X videos and Pornhub because we know that's where all the traffic is.
So if you know if you listen to the last episode, you already know.
Coming up.
You already know, Ron. He wants us to get on there for some reason. I don't understand what's going on. This nigga, he
didn't.
This
He
nigga
just came from the dead or something.
This nigga's
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all heard us on the last episode.
he's
But yes,
disgusting.
that's me.
He disgusting. Watch your mothers, cause he's trying to take everybody.
I mean,
He want to take their greens, their purses.
It's a
Can
lot.
you imagine a superhero?
He's doing the
Can
service.
you imagine a superhero that went around taking care of all of the single mothers
This nigga said he's a
with
superhero.
all of their needs? You cut their grass. You know, go to the school and make sure that at the PTA the son has, they're doing everything good, daughter, everything. Like,
Are you
that
cutting
could be
their
me.
grass though?
Hey, if
I
you
want
need
to
a
be- I'll
side
cut the
nigga,
grass.
if you need a side nigga, go ahead, holla at him.
I am no
A
one's
real
side.
good one.
I am just the
He's
uncle.
professional.
The uncle.
Just let me be Uncle Ron.
So
Ron is
he's-
professional
I'm
side.
putting up, I'm putting up quotations.
Oh, it's thick.
Uncle Ron.
And I'll be real, that's what they call my dad. Everybody call my dad Uncle Ron, so I'm going to be Uncle Ron.
Junior.
I'm around.
Uncle Ron Jr.
I'm Uncle
Junior.
Ron.
Uncle Ron Jr.
Hey.
Hands down.
It's been
There you go.
passed down. Who would have thought?
D'Angelo.
Lord.
Decade, I would walk right into my nickname.
Hey,
Uncle
I keep
Uncle
some
Ron.
young niggas around me, and they call me Uncle Ron, trying to be funny. But you know, I'll embrace that.
Okay.
Why not?
Next time I see
I'll
you-
take your son to football. Man.
Next time I see him, Uncle Ron. From now on,
Uncle
moving
Ron,
forward.
what's
There
up?
you go.
If you
Moving
need
forward
something,
is
holla at
Uncle
me.
Ron.
There we go.
We pay light bills every now and then. You know, you got to. You
This
know,
nigga's giving out his
I'm
goddamn.
just letting you know.
Let him
we-
handle
paying
his
light
business.
bill?
Hey, go ahead.
I'll pay a light bill or two now. If your light
That's
bill
only
is-
50.
If you know, if
You,
your light bill
you
too
jumping
much.
off the porch real.
I know, they got a-
it
they got a
starts
house.
with the Metro bill.
There you go.
Light bill, she gotta be
Listen, y'all
special.
gotta understand.
First
Uncle
off,
Ron
hold
only
on.
pumps
I don't know.
Supreme.
Hold on.
Uncle Ron only pumps Supreme.
You right.
So
Let me not
you gotta
disrespect
let
that.
And if you don't know what that means, you can't come around old Uncle Ron.
Ooh.
If you don't know what it means to pump Supreme, you don't. If your mind is like, what does that even mean? Then you not gonna be in my passenger seat. You don't have to pump your own Supreme,
Ooh.
but you got to know what pumping Supreme
I hope y'all listening to this,
on.
brother.
Boy.
is. You know, do
Go
better.
ahead. Talk
You
your
got
shit,
to
bro.
do better.
Uncle Ron
But
sticks.
yeah, I'm not going. You know, this is
Oh.
not my show. We just introducing ourselves.
Hey, introduce yourself.
You
Go
wanna
ahead.
Find out what's going on over here. You just got to come to Easy Money Pipe Her. Leave the S out. No sniper. We piper. Just come on around. You know. Back on
This
to
nigga
the
here.
end of the year. It's the end of the decade.
Sizzling with the sizzling.
Doing the wrap up.
There you
I
go.
felt like that was a
Sizzling with
good,
the
goddamn
sizzle.
good
Look at he
introduction.
wrapping up 2019 with
Hey.
the sizzle,
A whole new decade.
Yeah. New decade coming in.
with the drip
Yeah.
And the sauce.
and
And
the
the
sauce.
sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Hey.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's a
Okay.
Chick-fil-A on Martin Luther King. You know it's going to be a good year. It's a Chick-fil-A on Martin Luther King.
That mean it's
I've
good?
been on the west side for over 20
You right.
No,
It could
Martin
be
Luther-
different. That could
Never
be different.
been
Yeah, it's a
That
little.
might be one of our
Hold on,
top.
time out. Say that again.
I've been on the west side for over 20 years.
The west side of Atlanta, and you never had Chick-fil-A.
No,
No,
it's
He's
never
never been able to walk and get it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Got you. There we go.
please explain yourself, please.
I was waiting. I was
saw
like,
Chick-fil-A next
whoa,
to Mr. Everything.
You
Nah,
can't be
nah,
a real
nah.
ATL
Find a
without
Chick-fil-A
Waffle
right
House
next-
and Chick-fil-A.
there we go.
But I'm not from
But see-
Atlanta, but I've been here a second. Find me a Chick-fil-A next to Mr. Everything. Find one. It's 2020 is gonna be a big year.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Why?
Hmm.
Definitely. And if you don't know what Mr. Everything is,
You probably never been to Blue Flame,
Do you
either, so
go?
we don't know what's going on.
Ooh,
They don't know. It's 2020. We got
If they
to
don't know
bring
about
it
the
in
Blue
right.
Flame-
We
Right.
got to bring it in right. You know, come on now.
Listen, it's worth the 10 at it though.
Because the dances are
How
only
early you
5.
getting it to pay the 10?
It's 10 all the time. The wings are 15. 10 at the
Nigga, I paid more than 10.
Oh yeah, they saw
I
your
ain't never
corners
had no
and knew you hadn't
$5
been there
dance at the
before. That's
Flame.
what happened. They
You-
saw us
you talking
corners.
pinup.
Saw us corners, knew they could get 20.
$5 dance.
Hey, so,
They said this old man finna get that cash.
It ain't 10 on the
This
floor.
old man got that
Get
cash.
that 20 for
it's been another episode of
He paid 20
the
on
Just
a
Listen
Monday.
podcast. We
He
appreciate
paid
y'all
20
for
on-
coming
he
in.
paid 20 on a Monday.
Hey,
boy.
man,
You
we
didn't know
appreciate
what
you
was
coming
going
in, bro.
on. You about to say
Okay.
that?
I said,
Okay, I'm sorry.
you got shit to do, huh?
Sorry,
Don't
let's go.
Okay.
Topics out.
Let's get these topics rolling. First off, I just want to know. I know that Atlanta has been booming, especially this decade, and I think it all started with the snap music, if I'm not
Ooh, we
mistaken.
took it back. That's longer than a decade. ain't
Yeah,
it?
snap music is. I
That's,
want to say
might be
that's
a
03
decade
or
and a-
04.
that's like a decade and a half.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
2003 if you want to be
Yeah,
exact.
people got to carry the one.
but we talking about this decade.
2003.
We talking about from the snap music.
Nah,
He's right, but snap music was like 2008.
Eight,
The last real snap
8, 9.
Franchise boy. Will count snap music ended when Franchise Boys was done. When was that?
Nah, Crunk
That was
Juice.
06.
I ain't say crunk music. I said snap music.
Them franchise boys?
D4L.
They was
I'm talking about
Okay,
snap
he
music.
said
How
D4L.
can
That's
you-
better.
How can you count
Okay.
snap music away from crunk music? What you mean?
That's totally different.
It's two different things.
They're
yeah.
two totally,
They're not
totally,
totally
That was a whole
different. They're
nother
one and
totally
the same.
different
Different
way,
way.
bro.
Yeah,
Totally
they're
different
totally
way.
different.
Totally different way.
Ooh.
I agree.
Go ahead.
So
Was that a shot or a?
no, it wasn't a
I
shot.
respect
I
it.
think it's a
It's-
shot.
It wasn't
Lean
a
with it,
shot.
rock with it dropped in 06. Where's this 09 coming from, sir?
So
Nah, I feel what you're saying. Snap
Okay.
music like
Lean with it, rock with it,
D4L.
yeah, all that,
That's
all
in
that.
the- in
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We went from the snap
Yeah,
music
year and a half.
to the everybody wanted to be a rock star.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Rockstar.
everybody had the mohawks and everything. So
I think the
Rich
beginning.
Kids and-
I think the beginning of the decade was the beginning of swag.
So does this mean
Then
we're
swag
starting? Are
changed
we
to
starting the decade
drip,
in
juice,
2010?
sauce.
Yeah.
We're starting at 2010.
You got to because it's about to be 20.
So let's say Snap Music brought in
The swag.
the to the swag, like it's more of a little bit of both.
So,
What year is Soulja Boy? I'm sorry.
06.
06.
Okay, so Soulja Boy
Damn,
kind of.
that's
Hey, side note. Side
What
note.
year is Soulja Boy?
Wait, hold on.
That's
Hold
when
on.
rap
Wait.
died.
Wait.
He was
Wait.
older.
Why did Carr know
Because
immediately?
that's when rap died to me.
But I ain't
talking-
about
when
Soulja
Soulja Boy
Boy
came
out.
Come on, you talking to
Oh,
some
okay.
AC
Okay.
aliens here now.
He got
What was
excited
Pretty
about
Boy
goddamn
Swag?
Soulja Boy, didn't he?
What was Pretty Boy Swag?
That was
2006. That'd have been 2008. If I'm not mistaken, 2008.
So
Pretty
I
much
just
man
want to
knows
know.
who he is.
2010.
Okay, let's start there.
But it's
I
08.
I just want to know.
Beginning of
Yeah,
swag
that's what I'm
rap.
saying.
Swag
Swag
rap.
rap 2010.
Swag started in 2010.
I just want to know from you fellas,
all the way turned
who
up.
do y'all consider the rapper of the decade?
So who we start? We going one at a time.
One at
going
one at a time. Who wants to start? Go ahead, Vin. No.
From 2010 to now,
Go ahead,
who's the
man.
rapper of the decade?
I say Kendrick Lamar.
Are we giving it back, or are we just gonna say the name? We want to give it a little.
Talking about
A
as
reason
far
why?
as detail.
A little bit of reason.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
little bit of reason why.
I
Yeah,
say
why not?
what 2000?
Go ahead, Vincent. Just
Remember
gonna start first.
2010?
These niggas like to say people's full
2000?
goddamn names, don't they?
I'm not as much of a buff as Vince. Vince is he's a Renaissance man, so I'm not gonna
Right.
Okay.
question it.
Yeah.
But I will say this: in 2010, the only Kendrick Lamar song that you might have heard was
PNP?
or maybe Michael Jordan. One of the two.
Michael Jordan.
One of those two.
Yeah, you probably
So-
heard Michael Jordan.
And
You're
you,
right.
and you had to do some
So you
deep
gotta
diving
say-
Yeah, you
to
had to
even
do
listen
deep
that.
And you also have to say
Facts.
Lil Wayne is at the height of his career. Still
Facts.
at
Yeah.
2010.
Because 2010, he just dropped Carter 3.
So
But,
he's still
but
at
we
the
thinking
height.
we thinking that of a whole decade. That
What
was
makes
just
you-
2010 we talking.
But if you
But
talk
let him-
about
let him defend his
2010,
answer.
we talk about
But-
T-Pain.
But
also.
let him
Don't forget
defend
about
his
him.
answer.
He's a singer turned rapper, a rapper turned singer. Which one?
He was a rapper first.
He's a rapper,
rapper
turned
turned
singer.
So
Yeah.
so he doesn't
Vince,
even get to be in the
Vince-
conversation.
Vince, you
Kendrick
say
Lamar.
Kendrick
Really?
Lamar.
Well,
I say Kendrick
Tell us
Lamar.
why.
debunk my shit.
Okay, so
I'm
Vince
sorry.
say Vince
You're
say
drunk. I'm sorry.
Vince say
He says
I
Kendrick
say-
Lamar.
I-
Kendrick Lamar. Ron?
I haven't done my Google.
No, that's what you got. You got it in your heart.
That's what your
It's
gut is
cool.
telling
You don't
you.
gotta. You don't.
Listen, but listen,
Wikipedia?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that in general. I haven't done all of my Google, but I will say since Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick
Classic.
Lamar has definitely took over.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
And that was what, 2012?
that was 2012.
I
What
like
year
it,
turn? What year
but he
turn?
hasn't.
All right,
taken
you
over.
just wait.
But
Just
if-
wait. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ron. What you got?
We're not discussing that. We're not discussing
I
that. I'm
don't. I
sorry.
don't have like a long
You don't got.
narrative of why.
But you got to back it a
But
little
that's
bit.
yours.
But that's you.
But
that's
now
who
that's
you like.
his though.
That's
Was
his.
that
You
for
asked
you?
me as far as like
You get that Kendrick.
from a decade. I say
Like, who
Kendrick
been
Lamar. I've been
holding it
following
down?
Kendrick Lamar since Pussy and Patron PNP.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to say that the mixtape was titled Kendrick
Pussy and
Lamar.
Patron.
No, it was
doesn't feel
Section
alright.
80.
I will say that.
Nah, he.
No, it was
Section
first-
80
it was
and,
first on the
Section
mixtape.
Yeah, it was.
No,
one
Section 80 is the
Kendrick Lamar
mixtape. It's
tape.
Section 80 and
Section 80
That
was
was
the
the
first
official
Section 80.
album. It wasn't
I
the
think
second album.
before
wasn't-
Section
oh,
80 was
yeah,
Kendrick
yeah.
Lamar. So I've been following Kendrick Lamar for a long time.
So
So
that
I
may
will-
be a bit biased.
It is.
It's not biased.
But we talking about a decade.
Right.
To
we're talking
where
about
he
a
is
decade.
now.
Yeah, to where
When
he
you
is
listen
now.
to somebody like, okay, I was on Twitter the other day and I seen somebody say, because Roddy Ricch is from Compton.
Right.
Right.
And they was talking, like, it's been on Twitter, it's been crazy. Like, they've been saying, like, they really been trying to drag him on the low because he sounds a lot like Atlanta rap.
ATL.
Yeah, most definitely. So I seen somebody tweet, like, so what does Compton sound like? And in my head, I'm like, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
All day.
And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Kendrick Lamar is the kid in Compton who didn't come outside as much as the rest of the kids, so he can't be the sound for them.
I wouldn't say that.
He is. He is.
How
He
you
is.
figure?
He
This
is.
nigga here.
He
You
is.
think so?
He's Kendrick Lamar's Compton's Nas, right or wrong?
No doubt.
Is that,
I'll
is
give
that
you
it?
that. I'll give you that.
Okay, so Nas is reporting what he saw.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar is reporting what he saw. You
But he-
might be the vision for what Compton is, where people can
But he's
see
not
it.
J-Rock.
There you go.
Yeah, J-Rock.
J-Rock is a
It's
Compton
not-
sound.
right.
Kendrick Lamar is a Compton product, just like Dr. Dre is a product of Compton, but he's not Compton. He's not. They give him that because he's the one who made it out the biggest, but
Yeah.
he's not Compton.
Right.
He's
That's why he needs
so
Compton.
international. Like, what'd you say?
That's why he need Compton.
There you go. It solidifies you. If Kendrick Lamar was from Nebraska, you look at him different. You look at him almost like he's
would.
artistic.
Like Cuckoo Cab.
in my projects. But,
So Ron, who do you say?
You know what I'm saying?
So I hate
Just
to do this.
name your artist.
I just wondering, are we talking about influence? We talking about
Nope.
No.
We just talking about period. However you feel.
So
Who you gonna say?
I'm gonna preface my statement by saying,
Pick one.
Don't preference.
I have
Just
to,
say.
I have to.
You don't have to.
I saw the RIA certifications over the last decade, and the person I'm about to say is like 100 more than everyone else. And if you don't know what RIA certification is, it's just like how many your sales certification.
I got you.
But I'm gonna say Drake. I'm just gonna say Drake. He's got 100 more RIA certifications than the next person. If I don't know what we talking about, and Kendrick Lamar, no disrespect, is at the him and J. Cole are in single digits. Drake's at 210. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are at are at like the bottom of double digits, like 79, 74. So. Yeah. I'm not saying Drake's my favorite rapper over the last 10 years. I'm just saying who's been controlling shit. But not even just influence. We talking sales. We talking making money. We talking my shit is what people.
Right.
If you want your album to be huge, you're gonna put a Drake feature on.
He did 4 concerts.
Yeah,
I got
you.
to piggyback on Ron, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Drake. Now you got to look at his influence. And when I say this man is everywhere,
facts.
This man is everywhere. He's on SNL, killing it. He's hosting award shows, killing it. I mean, everything
SB.
SB. I mean, one of the hardest songs in verses still is "Stay Scheming." You know what I'm saying? He killed that.
That was at the beginning. That's his first real I'm beefing with somebody who's really good. Right. What's Common's return? Where did Common respond on that?
I think he went to Barbershop 3.
Hey, Common's respected.
But
so you say what you want about Drake.
Yeah, I mean,
so
many people
run.
have come at this man, and in the past few years, he's finally responded. So we've gotten to see that side of him as well. Right. Regardless of how you feel about how that Pusha T shit went, he gave us a response. Right. He ate Meek Mill lunch. You know, to the point where he was like,
me.
And then allowed me to come back. He said, "Hey, before you come back, you do your biggest song on your album, on your comeback album. Gonna be with me. Just we gonna do a video. So what's the biggest song?
No, with him, Jay, and Rick.
What's the name of that song?
The beef shit.
What's the name of the song? Okay, now what's the name of the song on him and?
I'm not gonna say it.
Exactly. That's my.
But the shit was over the what's beef
beef. Point. And you know what else makes him the biggest artist?
Beef. Was it like War or something?
No, I'm talking about the song that's on Meek Mill's album. What's the name of that song?
Going Bad.
There you see how quick you said that. Now what's the song? We still waiting on you saying that quick. I remember
you wasn't supposed to.
Right.
That was
so, and then the other thing about Drake is, man, over the last 10 years, you can't find me an artist who became big that doesn't have a song with Drake. The only one right now is probably The Baby.
Mm-hmm. It's probably coming soon.
And he just got off the stage with him, right?
You
see what I'm saying? Like,
and The Baby just took off this year, towards the end of the decade.
Right, and it just hasn't been enough time. He just got big enough for
I bet you they got a song in there already.
They got one.
After him coming to Toronto,
Drake got a song with Trouble. He definitely
Drake has had his ear to the streets and jumped on people's shit that you didn't know of and took them to heights that they would never see. I Love McConan will never top Tuesday.
When is his last song? I don't even know. I didn't even know the
on the radio. He hasn't had one.
It's never again.
But he constantly dropping out.
Who's controlling the culture right now? Say what you want to say. It's Drake.
Drizzy Drake.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay. On to the next one. All right. We all watch sports. I'm assuming.
You never know.
Of course.
Okay. There we go.
I want to know.
You good?
I want to know.
Right.
Who y'all think is the team of the decade?
The team.
Team. All sports. All sports.
Well, you know what?
You said all sports?
All sports.
I don't want you to shoot no shots at me, but the team of every decade is always going to be the Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
Unfortunately, they're always talked about.
We got a career loser in the stadium.
Look,
the Cowboys.
I'm a Cowboys fan. Don't get it twisted. But
yeah, he got it on it. Let him know he's not a Cowboys fan.
I'm not a Cowboys fan, but at the top of every year and the end of every year, who are you talking about? whether or not that they're going to be a disappointment or they finally going to turn it around. It's always the Cowboys.
We didn't ask.
But I'm saying, you didn't ask about who was the most successful. You said who was the team of the decade.
Team of the decade.
The Cowboys
What about
always
Tennessee?
Well, that's his opinion. That's his opinion.
Got a Cowboy fan in here who's not going for that.
I'm not going for
I'm just
that.
saying, but that's the team.
You
of the
know,
And that's probably because he's scoring a little bit, but even still. All right, so
I can't even believe he said that.
Go ahead.
That was a newsbreaker.
And this is going to
Ron, what do you
sound
think?
biased, but I'm going to say
It's probably will be.
You better not say Team LeBron.
NT team that LeBron.
Oh
No,
my
Nick.
God,
What?
Can you answer me a question? Real
Shut
quick?
up, man.
Answer me this.
Riddle me this.
What other teams have become relevant? We have 3 teams that have become the pinnacle in the last 10 years because he's been on them, right or wrong. And no disrespect. I'm just saying. Like, it's not even close. Like, nobody likes the fucking Patriots, and I was gonna say them until I realized that I could go a different route.
I'm not even gonna say the
You know,
Patriots.
the Patriots. It is.
It is.
I'm gonna say Golden State.
Let's be real. It's the Patriots.
It's gonna be Golden
Whether we
State.
talk, whether we're
See how many times they've been in this decade.
and that's even if
gonna be
we
the
talk
Golden
State.
about
And they won.
controversy. If the
It's
Patriots,
Golden
if you
State.
beat
Golden
the,
State.
you know what? Listen, no. Well,
They
that's-
won 3 times. How
What
many
year
times
did Golden
did
State win their first
I know,
championship?
but the whole point
That'll kind
is-
of make the decision.
The decade. I can understand what you mean.
I don't know if y'all heard that part, but it was
Yeah,
heavy.
it was a heavy.
It was
The
heavy.
whole point
and,
is
and look, his
only
It's
reason.
light, but it's heavy though.
and look, the spongy fro is already leaning to the left. And he didn't pour no chaser. No chaser.
Carl got the Gumby in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Golden State.
And
It's
I agree. I agree with.
gonna be
his
Golden
side.
State, yo.
I agree with Golden State because
gonna be Golden State.
If you
Curry's
guys don't
been
know, I
with
hate
it
their friendship.
5 straight
I hope y'all
finals.
know that. I'm looking at y'all right now.
That's
And
that's
it's
personal.
not that because
But if you're going to say the 5 straight finals,
guys agree.
it
I hate
supports
that.
his argument of any team LeBron is on.
I hate
Straight
it too.
finals?
No. I
Golden
didn't
State
say.
wouldn't
No,
have
I'm
been
just
big
saying.
if
I'm not
they weren't
agreeing
the same.
with
But you
them.
said that.
LeBron
so
That's
this
true.
decade.
I'm
But
just
it's still
saying
Golden
that they,
State.
Anyone else-
That's
they
why
get
they're bigger.
acknowledgement. I
I
say,
go with
But that's a
Curry.
good number 3.
I go as Curry's being
Number
with
one.
the
Right,
team
but
for
they
so
gonna do a
long
move.
and never gave up.
But
never
NFL,
traded.
NBA will never be bigger than NFL.
You said
NBA will
NBA.
never be
Oh,
bigger
yeah.
than NFL.
Man, we got 2 conversations going. I can't.
I can
No,
agree.
but I'm saying if we're gonna say a team of the decade, football is gonna be stronger because NFL is always stronger than NBA.
But Patriots don't really get that much. Like you like
'Cause you
when you talk
expect
about the Patriots,
Patriots
yeah, you gonna
to
expect
And
the
they're
Patriots.
boring as fuck.
You're not gonna expect that
So
though.
you
Like
don't-
you
that-
like
that's why
oh,
they really.
But they
Patriots
got
gonna
rings,
go.
though.
Yeah,
Patriots,
but nobody cares.
yeah,
They
Patriots
do.
gonna go to the
I guess
to
because
the
you love
Super
to hate them,
Bowl,
that's why I put them
and you're
up
not gonna
there.
care about them, right? You be like, all right,
So
Patriots
here's
going.
why
You're not gonna
Golden-
bet against them.
here's
So
why
Golden State
can't
is
be
a
the
new
team- Here's why
upcoming.
Golden State can't be the team of the decade.
It is though.
Because for one, Miami, which is a LeBron team, has a championship 3 years into that decade.
Fuck them.
2013, they hadn't won a championship yet.
Nobody
so you
cares.
can't control a decade for 3 or 4 years. Because after 2013, San Antonio won the championship. We didn't start talking about Golden State until 2015. You can't control half of
But
it.
did Miami be-
those are players being traded over.
Yeah.
and over.
We're
not talking about
Curry
player. We're
stick-
talking about
stick-
team.
Right.
Team. Curry
And-
stick with
and-
the team for so long.
and just the caveat on that, Golden State went 5 straight, right?
LeBron went.
Hold on. That's an
And lost how
individual.
many?
That's an
You wanna
individual.
fucking-
You talking about
That is
a
a-
you talking about
Hold
a
on.
person?
That is
Can I
an
at least say the
individual.
stat? Damn.
No, everybody knows the stat. That's an
As long as
individual.
y'all know.
LeBron
He's
is
got
an individual. Golden State went to 5 straight. Currently, New England has gone to 5 straight and has
Yeah.
won 3.
So
Hey.
I'm just going to want to point out that we're putting one man against 2 teams. And he's still really holding his own.
Nobody
weight.
gives a fuck
That's
about
why I wanna
Brown,
say
bro.
he wins.
Watch yourself.
Patriots
Watch
win.
yourself.
Yeah, that's
Nobody gives a fuck about
So,
Brown.
okay, so what I will say is between Golden State
And you from
and between
Cleveland.
the Patriots,
I'm not.
who do
I'm
you
from.
give
I'm
the
from
nod?
goddamn
Who
Michigan.
you give the nod?
The Patriots have been active longer. in the
Okay,
decade.
okay. So
right?
check this out.
That don't mean that the team of the decade.
Hold on.
Undefeated.
No, that
More
wasn't even.
people-
That wasn't even.
more
in-
people
that's not the
hate
question.
the
Even in this
Patriots.
decade.
That's not the
More
question.
people hate the Patriots than love Golden
That's
State.
not the question.
Check this out. So, I want to sit there and say yes. They both went 5 straight. Right?
Yeah.
But they both have significant losses.
Hey,
Who's got more championships in that time?
Tom Brady.
Or
No. In that time, both of them have 3. They went
3.
to 5
10
straight.
years?
Yeah.
I'm saying in 10
Yeah,
years.
in the 10 years.
In the 10 years, they only got 3.
They only got 3. Both of them have 3. All right, but they have.
So then I'll give it to Golden State because.
Hold on, do you give it to Golden State? Hold on,
I'm giving you your props.
Take this out. Do you give it to Golden State, who was up 3-1 and they lost in 7,
Suckers.
or do you give it to New England, who
coming back 28-3?
This
shit was set up.
Hold on. Let's talk about the one they lost to Philly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the one they lost to Philly.
Okay.
You know,
they had a shitty defense that year. So
did they?
I mean, it was average. You know
same.
how the defense is. They always come up with turnovers, but they're not really that good.
What was the difference?
The
What
only
changed?
difference of the game was that one turnover that happened. That was when Brady got stripped.
Yeah, that's true.
By Graham, and Graham is currently not doing anything right now on the trip.
But I mean, the Warriors, they have asterisks on every one of their championships because they ran into teams with major injuries.
They've never
and
played
they caught up with them this year.
They've never played a full. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that's one of the things.
Karma beat their ass this year.
They had a lot of tough, last year.
I mean,
but they had a lot of tough.
They lucked up when Chris
series.
Paul got hurt, where they should have lost to.
It's a lot of shoulda, woulda.
First off,
I don't know what I'm saying. Let's
it's
think
a
about it.
whole lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas with them.
Team of the decade
But see,
because of the way they move.
But see, what
that's bias.
But see,
that sound like
you know what
bias
I think
as
about
fuck.
Golden State. What I think about Golden State, they're in a good place. Just because they're not, their major stars are not playing.
They're gonna get
listen to me.
Nah.
Listen to me right now.
Nah, he gonna
They're in a good place right now because their major stars, they're resting, they hurt, so they need that break off. But check this out, right? So they got everybody gonna come back next year. They already trashed. They got 5 wins. They're gonna get a lottery pick. So they're gonna get a top 10 pick automatically. Somebody who's gonna start. Then they're also developing players that they haven't done in the last 5 or 6 years. So
They don't have anybody
the
big
increases.
players.
So I guarantee next year
They're gonna be good.
they're gonna at least be top 5 in the league.
Well, top
Real
5
quick.
is easy. You know,
Real
Is it
quick.
easy?
It is.
it is.
It's
Look
top
at it.
heavy right now. The NBA's top heavy.
Yeah, NBA's top heavy.
Even some of the great.
Because
even some of the really good teams
even
can't
with the
look,
Lakers
you know
right
what I
now, they
mean?
got a whole bunch of 1-2 year deals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Lakers gonna look different every year for the next 3
Right.
years. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get whoever they
And
can.
LeBron only has two more years
Watch
left
him
on the
out.
deal.
Hold on. He got at least 3.
He got about
Hold on.
5.
3 or 4.
Those
Five.
are the ones who on the
Five.
LeBron
Leaving.
He hanging on for
bandwagon.
his son, right?
He hanging on for his son. He got 5 years.
Nigga, that nigga leaving.
That's
But
his
he's
biggest
saying
goal
good
right
years.
now.
I think
But no, I'm talking about his contract, his current contract.
Man,
contract.
I'm not talking about his longevity.
Okay.
You see how quick
Nigga's
they get
done.
on you?
How old is he?
He's 35.
He's
That
LeBron.
nigga's
That's
done.
how old he is.
Okay.
You know what he does
yo.
is smoke
Jordan was
cigars and
dropping
gamble
40
all
at
night, so
40.
he's not gonna fall apart
Yo.
like what Jordan did. Even though I
'Cause he
love
on them-
Jordan,
he
I'm
on
just
them
saying.
droids.
I'm just saying,
Golly.
whatever
That
he's
nigga's
on,
on
it's
that
working.
shit.
Whatever he's on, it's working. I
That
love
nigga's
Jordan, but I'm
on
just saying
shit.
that's part of why
Jordan
LeBron's
wild
gonna be better.
dude.
Wild guy.
All right,
Man,
so
fuck
I mean,
Bron.
I guess this
Watch
unanimous
Fuck Bron.
Look, Corey,
that-
watch him out.
Fuck
for the
Bron.
player
That
of the
nigga's head's back
decade
longer
is
than
what y'all
mine.
gonna choose LeBron.
Kane.
Player of the day
Kane.
is easy.
Back-
LeBron.
Kane.
Yeah.
You said who? What'd you say?
I guess
I'm not
they're
even
choosing.
No, wait.
LeBron-
What'd you say?
LeBron is the player of the decade.
Fuck him.
Easy.
That means yes.
I'm not
I
even
say Tom
arguing
Brady.
Brady.
I would like to
I
ask
say Tom Brady.
why you
Brady.
I would say
I
that.
have no clue, but Tom Brady.
You know, no clue.
I have
Brady.
No facts, no backup.
Fuck Bron.
But
No,
Tom
no.
Brady.
Fuck
You know what?
Bron.
He's being controversial.
No. It's not.
I have
with you.
somebody better.
Who?
I have somebody better.
Hard to believe.
Go
but
ahead.
we
Let's
like
hear it.
that.
Wait. Go ahead. Who?
Tony Romo.
What the hell?
Go ahead.
Serena Williams. Come at me.
Wow,
Shit.
that's safe ass.
You know why
answer.
she's not?
How is it
That's
safe?
not safe.
I said athlete of the decade.
That's
How
not
is
safe.
that safe?
That's not safe. That's a good one, actually.
That's a real good
It's
one.
safe.
No, that's a
How
good one,
is
though.
it safe?
She doesn't play a team sport.
You don't have to
I
play a
said
team sport to be an athlete.
But it's easier to get your recognition when it's
We
just
we
you.
don't care what kind of.
You just
sport.
said Bron on the team sport.
But I'm saying
That motherfucker
Bron-
just hold heart. Blah, blah, blah.
Bron holds it down. Bron is the team. He carries the team. Serena carries her racket. And that
We said athlete. We
And
ain't talking
that
about
ass-
what he does
once
for the
again,
team.
There it is.
We
There
talking
it
about
is.
individualism
Wait.
now.
Hold on, people. Let me go give this disclaimer. I said,
You about to call him sexist? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, you
Don't
see
do
how he
that.
rolls up at his chair?
wait.
Right, he
I
loves
said-
that. Doesn't he roll his back on that?
Oh
side?
God damn it! You're not gonna take away that from LeBron.
I said, just listen, basket's not sexist. We love everybody, men and women, equally. So, at the same time, though, Serena's a good one, actually. Now that you say it.
Yep.
Ooh.
She went 5 straight years winning every major in her sport.
Yeah, that's
What years was that? Wait,
The decades. We're in the decade, so it doesn't matter. It's 5.
Okay, when you're talking about a decade, it's 10. So 5 doesn't.
So 5 still.
What she do the other 5?
She's had a baby, and she's had years off with injury.
LeBron went to 8 straight championships in those.
And he
in those
lost.
How many he won?
Who gives a shit?
What you
It
mean?
doesn't
Who
matter.
gives a shit? No,
It matters.
don't take that
If he didn't
away.
win any, it would
Don't
matter,
take
but
that
he did
away.
win. He did
Don't
win. He
take
How
won
many
eight
did he
straight.
win?
How many?
How many did he win?
Won 3 in the decade.
Okay, how many did she win in those years?
27.
23. She's only got 20. I don't give a fuck about how many you win. I want the
Here
big
you
ones.
go.
The big ones matter, right?
So this is
That's how
why-
you, that's how you.
The major
Wait a
ones.
second. Why I say that is because that's how you count Tiger. Tiger wins a round of golf and we don't care.
That's true.
It's got to be
Right.
a major. So
It had to be a
same thing for
major.
her. How many? She, think
I
about
wasn't
how
gonna
many
bring
she
up Tiger.
lost.
I'm with
Think
you.
about how many times she was
I wasn't gonna
supposed
bring
to
up
win.
Tiger.
Don't I? Well, Tiger the man. He's come back. He's coming back. He's the man. He's coming back.
He's not coming back.
It's over for
He's
Tiger.
done. He's over.
Oh, didn't has Tiger won?
He
Has
got
he
it.
won a major?
Nah, that
in the
nigga's
last
over.
2
He has,
years?
but
Yeah,
that
He
was-
can win
all that
one.
matters.
Yeah.
That don't mean he's on.
There's
He's
people who
back.
haven't ever
He actually
won, a
won the
major, and
Masters.
Still winning them.
No,
after
no.
all
He
of
won
that
the
big
Masters
shit.
this year.
After being a black man, even though he don't act like he is one. After being a black man and going through all the shit he
That
goes
shit
through,
don't
and
mean nothing
still
to me.
overcoming, he good. But all
Not
I'm
overcoming,
saying
though.
is
In
Serena
golf.
probably is a strong 2. Definitely the most powerful athlete of all
Oh, you
time.
crucial.
Of now, strong 2.
Nah,
strong
bro.
2. But
Sexy.
you got to admit, she's not. Is Serena changing culture?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Where?
definitely. I
For
give you that.
women,
Yes.
yes.
Where?
You know that Me Too movement is strong right here. These
Real
ladies
quick,
went
I'm
for
asking,
her.
is she changing culture overall?
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
No,
Okay, so
over tennis,
LeBron's
over
changing
I think they
culture.
need to start a
LeBron's
hashtag
not.
us too for us guys.
Really?
Changing culture.
Yeah.
Us too.
Real quick,
Bron?
real quick. The NBA is paying more now than it ever has because
That's the NBA. That's not culture. That's just the
that's
NBA.
That's
That's the
culture.
culture
That's part
Of
of the
NBA
culture.
only?
No, that
the
makes a
culture of the
bigger.
league.
That's the culture
Of
the
one league.
But,
I have no clue.
Of one league. We talking about culture.
And what is Serena doing?
Yeah, we're talking about
she's-
culture.
How is she
empowering
changing
women.
something?
Okay, so let's
I give you that,
let's say.
How is Serena changing?
And they on
something?
top
You
right
ready?
now.
You ready?
It's more than just sports.
Just let me know.
Does
Just let me
it
know.
affect the WNBA?
Just let me know. Let me know when you're ready.
You
Not
watch
as
that?
much.
Let me know.
Watch it.
It
Let me-
does, but it doesn't.
Let me know. Let me know when you're ready. So
It's
culture.
gonna be a women's line.
Yeah, yeah.
CW.
Culture.
Yeah, hate mail. So
That was
Yeah.
ATL.
Yeah, that was
They gonna
ATL.
hit you up.
Let me go ahead and disclaimer again. It is I.
All right, so hold on. Let me say this. Before
So
you
Bron changed the culture of the NBA.
talk. in
that's-
more than one way
Of the NBA.
of athletics.
In the
Of athlete, not just in the
NBA.
NBA.
Hey.
He's giving players more of a voice.
Players have a voice now.
In the
No,
N.
in both. the
Is
NBA
B-
can I ask a question real quick?
Hey.
Is uninterrupted for just NBA players?
Is the shot
Yeah, I know
not
y'all
one
know
of the
about
most
uninterrupted.
watched?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
Who?
just for NBA players?
Who?
No.
It's for all.
Hey, how many
athletes,
women
right?
been on the shot?
So stop. I just
at
threw a
least
cookie
couple.
at him, so he
A
stopped.
couple. This nigga, you proving my point
A
for
couple
me.
what?
No, I said on the shop. He asked the question on the shop. How many?
Oh, a lot of women have been on the shot.
Go ahead. Name how many?
I don't
How
know
many's
all of them.
always on the
Nah,
on
a
the
lot
shop?
of women ain't been on the shop. I keep
Come on, bro.
Really?
It's been
A
a
There's
few.
been female athletes. There's been shorties
Name
that did
how
shows.
many
I
people?
don't know everybody's name.
It doesn't matter.
You can't
Okay,
tell how many men have been on the shot.
all of them.
Name them.
even most recent. you
Kevin
got
Hart.
Will-
And
Yeah,
that
Will
motherfucker's not
Smith,
even
Myron
in
Lawrence.
the goddamn shit.
You're wrong.
Kevin Hart
You're wrong.
has been on the shop,
I'm
right?
still waiting for you to tell me how she's changed more of the. Of
So let's go.
anything than
Let's go
LeBron.
with thing. If
That's what we're talking
Serena,
about. What's she changed?
he looking at you.
I love Serena. But what's she
Women
changed?
culture altogether. Period. It's a lot of women in the world, sir.
That love
Right.
her, but what did she change?
No.
She changed a lot for them.
I'm waiting for y'all to tell me what she changed.
If I was a woman, I could tell you.
Which means you don't. I ain't gonna say that.
Okay, so for
Right,
tennis.
Right.
So for
Don't
tennis.
know.
What did
No,
she
no.
What
change?
did she
So for
change?
tennis, name 7 people that are rich in tennis. Go.
I can't name 7 men that are rich in tennis. So
You
why
can't.
does that fucking matter?
That
She's
that
the only
changing the
one.
culture.
She hasn't changed.
Her
it.
sister's
If she
also in there. You know what lies that,
Bro,
right?
Venus is
The one that just beat her. What was she?
Coco.
What was she? Coco. What was her
She's
name?
actually mixed.
Yo, bruh,
She's
look.
actually, she really influenced. But all I.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
But it's,
Okay.
okay, Serena's changed a lot. I don't want to.
She changed a lot more than Bron.
It sounds like we just
In
beat
the
the dead
culture.
horse.
We are because it's LeBron. So let's move on.
No,
Right.
fuck Bron.
That's what it is.
We beating the dead
I love
horse.
There it is.
I'm
Let it
Switching
out.
He
gears.
did a lot.
Switching
I can still
gears.
say he did a lot, but that don't mean that he did more.
Switching gears.
That don't mean he did more.
Next.
We
He didn't
killing
do
it.
more.
We killing the dead horse right now. We
Fuck
kicking
Bron.
them. He can't even
And a nigga
move
from
no more.
Ohio.
They kicking the dead
Serena
horse.
sure didn't start an I Promise school.
All right,
Does Serena have a black
That you know
family?
of. That you know of.
let's not go there.
She don't have a black family either.
Nigga,
damn
y'all,
sure don't.
nigga.
Boy, y'all are
All
killing
black,
it.
100% black.
I love Serena, but I'm extremely upset.
Serena
with
got that swirl going.
Did y'all see her doing that split the other day? She
Yes.
does that for a white man, just so y'all know. And I'm not racist. I just believe
You are.
know,
If you have to say you're
don't-
not something, that means you are. Right?
That's not true.
All right, so
not
Hey, I'm
next
white.
topic.
I'm not rich.
I'm not racist, but I have black friends.
Next topic.
Same shit.
I mean,
We
that's
gonna
not-
move away from the sport.
and black people being racist because it's not
Nigga,
possible.
no, I'm talking about.
Nah.
Okay, go ahead.
In this decade, has social media and reality TV affected our social as a society?
Yes.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely, of course.
Absolutely.
How so?
In a positive or negative way.
Negative.
Negative. A lot less people go out because they can double tap on a picture or swipe left or swipe
They
right.
don't have to talk to you.
You can't brush up against booty cheeks at the club on Instagram. I just want to say that. So if you think that
You can
if
sure
you
double
think
tap an ass shaking video.
I don't enjoy double tapping phones as much as I do booty cheeks. But that's not what we're talking about. Social media.
Give out.
I said
opinions
social media
that
and
really
reality
don't matter because you don't know them personally.
Huh?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It makes it easier to have
yeah.
a social life
Everybody
all
has
because
an
you can
opinion.
do it in your hand.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's either respect or don't.
Right.
So I'm like, that's all that means.
If y'all don't know what pause means, I'm just gonna say that right now.
No, we need a New Yorker in here.
I was gonna say something and it just wasn't gonna be right.
Go ahead and say it.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying that, you know, you can have a social life in your hand. And I meant your phone.
Nah. Your
And the way
online
Carr's
presence
looking
could
at his
be
phone
way
right now is very
different than
familiar,
reality.
and I don't really know why.
And most times it is.
Like
A
I
lot-
fought myself. Like
Behind the camera, a lot of people's chest is pumped up.
no.
Behind the keyboard,
Like my son, he'll be in the crib chilling, and I'll be on social media. And I'm like, man, I should really be teaching him something. Right
I could be interacting with him instead of
right.
yeah.
But you know what I'm doing? I'm making sure, like, I'm checking DMs. I'm seeing what's going on that's relevant right now that's going on in the world. And I'm seeing, like, people who tag me, who like my pictures, who's reached out or whatever.
Shit that don't matter.
The shit that's really not important.
It really don't matter.
Like,
Yeah.
shit I need to turn my phone down for. Like,
Yeah.
and interact with my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, social media is
Negative.
definitely.
yeah, it makes us care.
I
about,
wouldn't say it's all negative, but most of it is.
In a whole, I would say
social media as a whole is
negative.
I
Yeah.
think there are some positives of it, but like
Yeah.
you said, we've come to where we don't care about what's going on around us as much as we care about what's going on around somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I may be at the house and it's burning down, but did you see what Lizzo did at the game? Did you, you know, that's what you're
I
looking
don't
at.
watch Lizzo at the game.
But I'm just saying that's an example.
But you
know.
saw it.
I know. I'm
So,
fucking with you.
I want to say that.
Yeah,
I
social
think
media is trash, yo.
that it's like drugs, for instance, right?
Most
Like
definitely.
social
I
media is a
agree.
drug.
I agree.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: there's drugs out here for all of us to consume, and we all don't end up crackheads. So it really will just pull out certain things in you. Like if you can't find a way, like first off, your phone will tell you how much screen time you have without asking. Listen to this Reverend asking. I'm just saying, without you
Yeah.
actually asking your phone to tell you how much on your phone, it'll tell you that. So if you see your phone saying your screen time was up 30%, why not bring it down? Like, you don't have to be on social media. It's a choice. Like, even though it's addictive,
everything is a choice.
it's a choice. So like, I would say it's a wash. Like, meaning like, you know, it's what you make it, because it could be positive. Some people only use social media for business.
Yeah.
And you don't see anything else about them. Some people make social media their business. So like,
Yeah.
it just depends on what you do with it.
Right, but it's a majority of weak people out here who are programmed off social media. So as a majority, it is bad. But like to you, like you said, it is a watch because you can tell, like, hey, it's enough. Let me pull back. But there's other people that's glued to their phone.
That means they need to live more. That's kind of
Nah.
Okay,
All I'm gonna say, wait.
That's their fault.
One
I
last.
kind of put social media as a addiction just now.
It is.
And it's kind of like, like it's like with drugs.
I hate to
Like,
keep coming back to this, but nobody's taking down or like you don't. They're not taking the likes off of Pornhub. You can still see how many.
This nigga here.
Y'all
So
know
here-
how many views are on Pornhub.
All right, so-
just
First
saying,
of all, I
you
go
know,
to Pornhub.
I'ma say-
not for views.
Here you go.
I bet you don't watch one with 3 videos. You watch the one that has 2.7 million.
This nigga disgusting.
Right or wrong?
That nigga Ron is
But
disgusting.
you didn't answer. You didn't answer though. You didn't answer. You
I'm
know what
not.
I'm
No,
talking
you
about.
wasn't asking me.
You knew that I was disgusting. How'd you know I was disgusting? Yeah.
So
Numbers.
no, you're disgusting. I'm gonna say social media is disgusting. Only reason I'm saying this right now. It's positive if you're an adult. What's affecting is the children. Let me get into my little,
That's true.
goddamn, what's the name? Because having a kid, motherfuckers saying they getting bullied online, right? Because of social media.
Facts.
Bitch, just turn the shit off. Like, but that's how we grew up. Like, if you're gonna bully me, you're gonna bully me in front of me, and we can do whatever we're gonna do.
Right.
Kids now are saying social media runs everything, so it's a negative for the next generation. Since I have one, I'm looking like, look, no, it's not worth it. Thinking of where my child would be if it keeps going the same way. So it's gonna be a negative. Adults know how to use it because we've been through things already. So I know how to use this to promote what I need to promote. I don't know how to use it the right way.
Okay.
It's okay.
That's the only reason. That's the only thing. So it can be a negative, positive. For the next generation, it's a negative for us.
So
I know how to deal with shit, Like, shit don't... I have thick skin because I grew up at the
everybody
table.
don't.
That's what I'm saying. Us, when you grew up at a table, whoever's gonna talk about you.
Right.
All right, whatever. We talking about everybody. I got a kid now. So, for the next generation, because we see it's growing up, fuck social media.
I mean, but we was bullying people on AOL.
So question.
And we know we were still thick skinned, so we knew.
So
Oh, so
play.
basically we gonna get these kids a pass for being pussies.
They're pussies
We-
only
we-
because
you make
this is
them.
what they grew up
You
in.
make them.
They didn't. We
make
have made them that.
So question.
So social media still
It's just a
is
soft
negative.
generation.
It is soft.
All right.
I'm with you.
All right. So
Everything's a choice.
question.
Yeah, go ahead, P4.
What do you think you would be at right now if social media? Let's just say just single one out, Instagram.
Yeah.
You had Instagram in high school. How do you think it would affect
Me?
everybody?
That would have been a lot more fights.
Because if you think about it, man, these high schools they walk around with 3,000-4,000. Like,
I think
Yeah.
the concept of popularity would be different because in high school it was simply by the time we were in high school things were word of mouth.
right.
But now you could get dissed by a girl, it could be recorded, and the whole city know about it. You know what I'm saying? So popularity and the concept of it would change because it's so much more of you that would be accessible to the world.
Yeah.
So it would just make things elevated, and things bigger. Like I said, as far as fights and all that stuff, you already in school we talked about it. Like, oh, did you hear what happened at so and so school? But now
I don't
you
know,
actually
though.
see it.
I don't think that's a fair question for us because we're not old enough. You need to
I'm
be
old
like
enough.
40 because, man, y'all niggas had AOL, you had MySpace. you
That's
had
true.
I didn't have in high
That's true.
school.
MySpace wasn't really popping
What?
until we got out. Hold on.
I know. I'm
I'm
saying
32.
I'm 33.
I'm 35.
MySpace didn't pop off until
I was in
got
college
out of
when
high
MySpace
school.
I'm
popped off.
35.
Facebook
Y'all
popped out.
I didn't have a MySpace.
So,
AOL
so real
was
quick,
there.
guys, for all of our viewers, we're separating the cool from kind of cool right now.
Nah,
These niggas
I
said
mean,
cool
I was
from
in
kinda
like
cool.
I was in like ninth grade when I stopped using MySpace. Like Facebook.
Oh no, nigga! I was in high school, bro. I was about to get out.
I was 21. I was
Right. You had to be thinking about. I was
I
on
was
Black
Black
Planet.
Planet.
MySpace was still like.
No, it wasn't
Nah,
popping when I
it wasn't
left.
big.
No.
MySpace
I
started
don't
in
know where y'all-
2005. I graduated in 04.
Started in 2005.
2005.
I graduated
That's why I feel like it was
02.
big my senior year.
Yeah,
Oh,
I stopped using
When
MySpace.
when you graduated?
05. So it must have been my whole senior year. We must have been using it. 'Cause I
Had to
remember-
been.
I
Yeah.
remember it was like it was yesterday. And AOL was so big. That's like social media.
AOL was
AOL
was
is
big.
social media. You're talking back. It's,
That was the
only
OG for me.
changes the pictures.
That was the
That's
OJ
only
for me.
difference.
The biggest
Nah.
thing in high school
We
was
had
fucking
cell phones,
Napster
all of
and
that.
LimeWire.
You know what?
and
You
that
know
shit.
what I think makes social media funny is the way we treat people. If we didn't treat people like such, like back in the day, like, man, if you had a problem with a kid, like, I know there's guns involved and stuff now, and it's all different. But back in the day, it wasn't like, oh, somebody said something to me, I gotta go cry, and it's okay that I'm crying just because they said something to me. Back in the day, it was like, did they put their hands on you? Oh, okay, well, go back in there and be quiet.
yeah.
Now it's like, okay, they said something to you, and we don't know how that's going to make you feel. And it's funny to me that I know this might be jumping ahead, but like mental health and all of the craze of mental health and things like that. But it's like that's only for a certain group of people. Like they don't bring up bullying as much when it comes to like social classes. I'll put it that way.
I think bullying. I wouldn't be the person I am today
without
if it wasn't for bullying.
Like
bullying build character.
It does.
Right.
I had to figure out.
But you did it in person, though.
I had to figure out how to deal with bullying.
I did too.
Bullying.
Hold on, can I ask a quick question? And not to cut anybody off.
He meant to cut everybody off.
Would you rather be cyberbullied or bullied in person?
Bullied in person.
In person.
Give me some real deal.
You'd rather be real deal bullied than cyberbullied?
Yeah.
You'd rather be punched in the eye than somebody say you're a queer?
See that? No. That's real. That's real bullying. That's the difference.
Bullying.
Yeah.
How many people you know was actually getting their lunch money taken?
That's true.
Would you rather your lunch money taken or somebody type on the internet?
No, that's once again. That's how.
Would you rather somebody say you took a L?
They used to get bullied in school.
And I know
we went to high school together. I remember I remember to this day, nigga came out the lunch line, had a large fry. the homie came through and knocked the shit out of his hand, flew up in the air. Nigga cried. I never told him. You know what I'm saying? It's something that
crybaby ass boy.
Understood don't need to be explained.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
You see but the difference is, you see how what'd you just say?
Oh, crybaby ass boy.
When you go back in the day, when it's in your face, it's a totally different thing. If it's in social media, it lives forever. That was one day. Some shit gonna happen the next week. No, that shit gonna happen. No. If that one guy is getting bullied daily, it's totally different. But if it's in that week, that's true.
But he bring it home though.
He bring it home, but it's for that week.
Bullying don't just stop once it's done.
We gotta stop.
Bullying
carries on through all the classes.
Bullying online is totally different than bullying in person.
Depending
somebody
on how
gonna stand up.
More people.
No, I saw a dude get beat the shit out of by a woman, a girl. At that time,
I might say R.I.P.
At that time, but he fought back. You be like, all right, you lost. It was a chick.
So what I'm asking is,
it was a chick at that time.
Fought the woman,
he fought her back. He had to. Nigga, he got his ass whooped.
Isn't that a much softer mentality though? Like, I
but
think
no,
that's mentality
I saw him fight back. I respect you more for fighting back. Period. Online,
I don't think that will hold up today.
I think
no today.
A woman?
Oh, somebody's online and bullied me. You online only. I don't know who you are.
Have you ever been bullied online?
On me? No.
Okay.
Online?
So I'm a troll.
I just
want y'all to know that now. I talk shit on
bullying
the internet.
Online ain't
shit.
shit.
So if online isn't shit, the bullying, why are we giving it so much more
because
attention?
Motherfuckers are killing themselves.
They just took the likes off of Instagram because we're worried about people, but we're not like stopping kids from slapping the shit out of each other.
Hey, how many times have you seen somebody get killed because they got bullied growing up?
What?
I didn't.
How many people have you saw killing themselves? Killing themselves.
But that's mentality.
No.
That's mentality.
Online.
That's a sign of the times, not a
sign
of how bullying controls.
That's what I'm saying. But it's still no. It's black folks killing themselves. There's people that you saw online killing. It doesn't matter, but it's still a sum. How many do you know that was black that killed themselves because they got bullied?
It's not the same access. I didn't know shit,
bruh. How many?
They live shitty for
shit. Motherfuckers got bullied plenty of times, and then kill themselves.
I'm not trying to be insensitive to it. I just think that it's something that we've been because you've made it. Not you, but because society has made it such an issue. It's like now, like I was talking to someone the other day, even about music. Like the music has changed. Because now, back in the day, it wasn't cool for you to just be all talking about your emotions on record. Right. Now it's like there's a whole genre of kids who only listen to emo music. Yeah. What I'm saying is when you focus on something and give it power, it's going to have an effect. And what we've done is tell these kids it's okay to feel a way about getting bullied. And it's okay for you to not fight back and just say that, oh, I'm hurt. It used to be like, look, my granny would tell you. Anybody's granny here would tell you, boy, if you come back here, if you didn't get fighting, I'm sending you back down there again.
Okay. Which is nice, and which goes into another segue of mental health.
Yeah. You got it.
Mental
It was
health.
a great transition, but it just didn't come out right.
It didn't come out
right. What they call that execution.
What do you guys think about this ordeal with, us black men not being able to, express ourselves, and women want to know, how we feel and how they understand.
Ooh-wee.
And
could
we
just
do they say they want to know? Right. Wait. Could we just give the people, the audience, the listeners a little bit
All the married men
of
want to talk right now. He's over there burning inside.
what do you guys feel about
Do we
insecurities with black men?
I'm gonna let Thielen go first because he's itching over here.
I'm not itching. It's the same kind of thing. Once again, I'm gonna say it because it's me.
We're gonna go around the table.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got.
There are insecurities.
He drunk. He hasn't said much at all.
So when you grow up in our era, if I feel like it's an era kind of thing, you grew up in a space that you say you don't got emotions like that. Growing up for me specifically, I might be the oldest here, but growing up,
Your corners say you are.
I might be growing up and look at what I saw. Hey, this nigga with the
Man, fuck.
all right. Never mind. All right. I was about to, but the whole point is, growing up, I didn't see my father cry. We just say insecurities. No matter later on in life, I found out some things. I didn't see my father cry until my mother passed. Right? It's certain things that you see growing up, like this is what I'm supposed to be. Period. I'm born in 84. I didn't see shit going on with guys. You didn't see men crying. You didn't see do whatever. You work, you do what you need to do to take care of your family. So any kind of mental things that you're dealing with, stress, like, okay, I need to work hard for my family because we struggling. I didn't see that shit growing up because you did what you needed to do. It wasn't no
option.
Yeah. Do what you need to do. Grow the fuck up, be a man. Be a man about the shit you need to do. Now, it's welcomed. It's okay to have feelings. It is. Now, think about the kids.
It's not okay, but it's more okay.
You going for you. Because you...
In general.
No, think about the kids. Go younger than you.
So what... Just name some insecurities, man.
Insecurities is if I can't provide for my family because I got laid off. I can't provide... It's always about providing for someone else. No, that's not. It's the same thing. Like, I got to show my son. I have a son. I got to show my son how to be a man. Being a man is multiple things because I was shown how to be what I feel like is supposed to be a man. Insecurities I can't provide. I don't know how to provide for you in all different ways. It's a whole circle of things that I can't do.
Providing, that's it.
Providing is a huge circle,
That's
though.
what I'm saying. I know.
Yeah.
But
it's providing, and providing is a big thing. Yeah, it encompasses a lot of things. Am I there for you emotionally? Because I feel like I need to be there. Was my father there for me emotionally? Yeah, he was. But was it what I would want to be for my child? Because I want to be better than whatever. So it's a whole bunch of, I don't know, providing. We just said
Big homie, what you think?
I think as a whole, now it's a little bit more acceptable to talk about emotions.
Mm-hmm.
However, as a black man, we've always been on guard because we can't seem weak in any stretch of the imagination.
True.
With that being said, with today's culture and things that are going on, a lot of people are using it as an excuse. It is very real, depression and all that. However, it's tossed around a little bit too casually to where now it's at a point where someone, I'm battling depression, I have anxiety. It's like, yeah, right, nigga. But not to say that it's not real, but because we've spent so long not opening that box and being strong, and now that box is over flooded with everybody all of a sudden, mental health this, mental health that. So when someone is actually crying out for help, you don't know if it's real or if it's just, let me ride this new wave.
Okay, what about you, Ron?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that I think the mental health issue is more at the forefront for black men but I think it's still even misconstrued a lot because I just said that it was more about providing, but I think that the mental health for Black people in general starts much earlier as an issue than anyone else, and I think because we don't understand that, saying things like it being an excuse is because sometimes we don't even know the extent of it. Like some of the guys that have been dying from the overdoses on drugs, right? Like we as Black people especially, like we've been doing things much earlier in life than we did back, say, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Like, all right, our kids are killing people much earlier now than they probably did back in the 80s and 90s, you know what I'm saying? So now, when you say you catch a body at 11 and 12 years old, you kill your first person at 12 years old, or you see your first person killed at 12 years old, or you lose a friend at 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with things that we might not have ever had to deal with, or other people that not on as large of a scale. So even me, sometimes I'll be looking at these kids like, man, they're weak as hell. But at the same time, I'm not thinking that like, yo, this kid is 12 years old. He's taking pills and sipping lean and smoking weed earlier than I ever would have. So his mental state is not even developed yet. So it's a whole nother monster. So I think that it's definitely something that is more acceptable. But I also think it's something that is just so like much more broad now that it's something that's just like the root of the problem is just so like widespread that it's hard to get a grip on.
All right, Vince, what you think?
Mr. Two Atlanta.
Man, I don't even know.
With the ear to the streets. I mean, you gotta know something, man. You gotta feel something.
I feel like as far as mental health, you know, coming from my personal opinion, I don't think the world gives you time to really focus on mental health. Like as far as me, as the situations and the things I've been through, like you know, like I'm the only child. I lost my mother 2017, and I also had a child 2017. But me being a Black man in this world, like I had no time to focus on grieving. I had no time, like, and plus I don't have a father that was in my life. So I don't know. I feel like as far as mental health, like nowadays they tell you to talk about your feelings and tell you it's okay to understand that mental health is important, but I feel like this society and the world we live in, it's hard to still have that opportunity because you still have to be a man.
True. And
you still have to deal with what the world gives you. You can't cry about it because you just gonna be crying by yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's fickle. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely fickle. Like,
I see you.
Yeah.
It's fickle, and they're starting to become, you know, more platforms for you for us.
The beginning of it.
For us to let it out, because you know, as much as they're going to be on the side of, you know, you're disabled, you're elderly, and you have the women, you know what I'm saying, in this, they figure, hey, the men is all right. We got strong backs. We gonna take care of it. We gonna be all right. But we have to have an outlet.
Right.
We have to have somewhere where we can speak on it. And then they have the question when we do certain things. They want to know why.
Right.
You know, it's already hard for us to explain why, because we figured that they're not gonna understand why we do X, Y, and Z. So, you know, now they're starting to let us have a voice. It's a small voice, not a big voice. It's a small voice. Right. They're now letting us in 2019 have a voice where we can explain and talk about and release why. And, you know, a lot of it is with, you know, our women that want to know, and for them just to listen to us and understand. I don't think they'll ever understand. They'll listen,
Right.
be compassionate.
So why give us that platform?
So they'll learn to understand.
Okay.
Because if they don't know,
But they'll never understand.
because they're not a man.
Right. And
You
they
know,
don't know
the
what
pressures
to
are
go
the pressures are different
Right.
than them. Their pressures are,
through. Right.
you
And I
know,
think that's the
be a
problem.
woman,
Yeah.
you know, dress a certain way, cook clean a certain way, you know, be quiet. I mean, you know, now.
And
now
You just put them in a real sexy.
no. I'm not.
Jesus.
I'm not saying. But
listen, but
no. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm
Lord.
But I'm
I'm
not.
kicking and cleaning is no longer.
But
a
I'm
woman's
saying-
job. It's-
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what's the premise. And so now within the last 10 plus years, they've become a more voice. There's more campaigns about them, more jobs for them. Before.
Plus,
Yeah,
plus
but
10, 10 plus.
I think that shit's
10
that
plus.
shit ain't fair, right? So check this. So
A lot of it's not fair. I
listen,
mean, you know.
So like I share a personal experience. Like my girl, she basically just be like, I want you to wash my car. So listen. So I have like a monthly car wash thing. So I wash my car all the time. I pay like $20 a month. I pull up, I get my car washed like at least 3 times a week, right?
Yeah.
So my girl,
3 times a week.
No, he do, bro. I watch his snaps,
Yes.
bro. He do.
So listen,
A week?
He do.
He's in
Real
there.
talk,
I thought he's been
You ain't
spoke.
never seen them,
Real
bro.
talk,
I thought you
got
been
the
spoke. I
face
thought you were gonna say
I
3
I
times
just
a
slow
month.
down posting, but it might be 4 times.
Yeah.
A week?
5.
Let the man talk.
So listen,
Demon.
All right, my
See the
bad.
armor all in the
God
parking lot?
damn, I thought it was gonna be a month.
you know what I'm saying? So my girl should be like, yo, so listen, you know what I'm saying? My pops used to go and take my car to get washed. And that's kind of like, in her eyes, that's what a man does. A man goes, takes a car and go wash. I pay $20 a month. And I'm just kind of like, yeah. I don't see your car enough to get it washed that many times. Because you at work, and then when you come home, the car wash shit is closed. So I don't really, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know, she tells me like that's what a man is supposed to do.
Wash his wife's car.
Right.
Did she cook your dinner?
Here you go. This nigga go.
And that's
I'm just keeping it a buck.
No.
No, I understand what you mean.
And the thing is, she works hard, and it's one of those things where it's like, I don't expect for her to cook every night.
Right.
But it can be biased because she expects for me to wash her car whenever I get a chance to. But as a black man, you saying this like, yo, listen, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect for you to cook every night, but you expect for me to always wash your car. It's like, it's biased.
So I want to say something, but I haven't heard from anyone lately. And I want to know what he thinks because he's married.
Mr.
Like,
Carr.
He's married like y'all.
Varsity.
No, he's married. I'm not yet. Almost. I'm married, but we can
Oh,
say.
yeah, I was going to say, go ahead.
I'm there.
Go ahead and
But
check
no,
it out.
But I had a
Go
comment.
ahead and mess it up for
Long
yourself.
story
No.
short, long story short, I feel like sometimes the shit be unfair.
I can understand that.
Because it's like,
But that's life.
That's life.
it's
Facts.
life.
It's gonna be
You
life.
know what I'm saying? It's life.
True. It's not your turn. I want to hear from Carr.
Nah, it's so.
Carr, you got to
Carr.
answer. He's the only one who ain't answered
You
yet.
done already
No, he
spoke.
ain't- he ain't got
Chime
nothing to
in
say.
first.
Go ahead.
What's the question?
See.
What you mean
Mental
with the
health
question?
for men. How
Insecurity.
it has gone
Oh,
on
shit.
last year and what's some
Over the last
insecurities
decade.
about black men.
Year, decade.
I didn't even say insecurities.
I mean,
I'm
to
sorry.
be honest with you,
Right.
man,
Insecurities.
my wife has truly been my first real relationship, as in girlfriend. And I'm an only child, like Vince, and I seen my mother and father be married since I've been born. So I know how a man should treat a woman, and I vision that. And I just know what to do in order to make her happy. Not to do what she say, but to keep her happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I'm easygoing. I'm only child. I ain't grow up with nobody to argue with or anything like that. So, I mean, if she wants something, I know how to do it, know how to handle the
You really
situation.
didn't say nothing about mental health.
Mental health, as far as insecurities and stuff.
Yeah,
I know
that's the
how.
state of mental health.
I mean, I know who. I mean, I know who to talk to about that.
Yeah.
I pick and choose who I know.
Who you talk
but,
about?
But that's what we're saying. The state of mental health. Like, do you feel like it's better and we can talk to people more? Or,
Yeah.
Or it's
I
still
mean, I'm very
taboo?
open into my insecurities. I know who to pick and choose to talk to.
Right.
Who I trust at the moment. I know Vince and Williams the longest in this room. I probably told Vince something that he probably don't remember, that I trust him to this day to tell it to, as far as Williams. And then I've grown to know him.
Right.
Yeah, we have. And then y'all three, the podcast, I know who to talk to. Right. You're married, so I know to talk to you. I trust you. I know what to talk to you about. I'm very easy as far as life. I'm not emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this too? Yeah. And like, without him saying it, I'll say it for him. Like, I feel like as far as knowing him as long as I have or whatever, knowing what I know about him, I feel like part of his mental health and like the calmness and like the like confidence he has in who he is as a person doesn't all the way come from like, it's not coming from his wife, but it comes from like, not only like he said, he grew up watching his dad treat his mother a certain way and knowing how that's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And even Vince saying, look, I don't have a dad. My dad ain't been around. And then when I lost my mom, I didn't have that. Like, those bonds are something that also teach you how to deal with mental health. Mm-hmm. Like, just like Carr said, I grew up, my dad and my mom, they were married until the day my dad passed away. And it's like, my dad was almost like Carr. Like, I feel like Carr is somewhat passive. And not in a way where you can run him over, but he picks his battles. It's like the shit he really cares about, he gonna speak up about. And it's just like, I feel like also having a real partner is going to affect your mental health positively or negatively.
Right.
But having a real partner who's really good for you and y'all really balancing each other out, like, it's almost impossible to have bad mental health with a real woman next to you. Because she's in your shit. Like, what's wrong with you? Why is your face all fucked up today? Like, she's gonna ask you that if at breakfast you're pouring your milk the wrong way. Like, even if y'all are mad at each other, she's gonna want to know why your shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think that's one of the things that leads into mental health as well, is like, not, because you don't so much need a doctor to talk to. You just need someone to talk to. Right.
And that's
if you got somebody who cares, then you got somebody to talk to.
And that's how I roll, because I trust all y'all in this room. I know who to pick and choose who to talk to. I know who to pick and choose not to talk to. You guys know who I don't like. I just know who not to talk to. And I feel like I hit my quota in life, who not to talk to.
Might say my quota.
So, I mean,
quota?
I have a quota. I know enough people in this world to feel like I'm confident to know who to trust to with my personal business. And like I said, I'm very easygoing, but if I don't like you, I don't like you. Yeah. If I do trust in you, know you got my trust in life. So, I mean, as far as mental healthness, I don't know. I have a great support system. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has ever done me wrong to who I feel like is close to me. Not, you might not know our relationship, but to me, it's personal. So,
you know what's crazy? Like, I feel like mental health as far as men has been just a conversation that's not to be talked about. I don't even know how to feel. Like, when people tell me to talk about it.
But you know, we're so slick as men, we just talk. We're not really knowing that we're talking about our feelings. We just talk. But as a woman, I
think it's real easy to talk amongst each other, like in the setting like this, because we all can understand like that. But I would say, on my perspective of it, is, you know, just not being mute about everything. Because I would say, growing up, you know, a lot of things, you know, me being a boy, period, you know, when I would get in trouble, I would be mute when parents, you know, getting on me and asking me, why you do this and this, that, and the other, because I didn't know how to, you know, express myself, because, you know, you know,
you feel like you being judged.
Right. Because, you know, you might have did something, or you already knew that, like, they ain't gonna believe me, or they're not gonna listen to me, because, you know, the stereotypical of, you know, back then most of our teachers were white anyway, you know, but, you know, you already knew the strikes was against you, and I appreciate the things that I can do with my wife, because she knows me the longest, and I can talk to her as my friend because she knows me. And that's a powerful thing when you can talk to somebody that can, relate to you and understand where you're coming from and not prejudge you based off. And that's pretty much is it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's financial, if it's, health, right. If it's, what I'm saying, being a protector, as long as you got your back. Mm-hmm. That's all we want. And that's why we, cling to our mothers, because we know our mother's going to have our backs. Our dad's going to be like, you ain't nothing, nigga. Get out. Dad putting you out first. Mom like, no, that's my baby. Right. Dad putting you out. Yeah. So yeah. I think the fact that, a lot of us men are missing fathers and don't have that backbone of son is gonna be all right. Having those conversations. I think we're more millennials. Men are doing that now with their sons, are having that conversation with their sons because they already know, hey, this happened to me. I don't want that to happen to my son.
You know what? I can agree with that because I try to make sure my son is okay.
Right.
Because I'm not the aggressor between me and his mother, my wife. I want to know, are you okay? Let's talk about it. Because I'm not the one to yell. I'm saying that she the bad guy. But, I'm just trying to make sure he's okay. Because I know what that can do to a kid at that age. You know what I'm saying? And I preached that to her. Maybe we should understand what he's going through instead of, yelling at him and stuff, making him feel some type of way, because me and my son are one and the same. I've been in his shoes.
Because you the only one who can teach him how to be a man.
Yeah, and I'm the only child, so I'm getting it all. So, and he's the only child too, so he's getting it all. And she's not. She has siblings, so I don't know what they're conspiring of. Hey, make sure you take the fall, and next time I'll take the fall.
Right.
Bro, it's all on you, because I ain't doing nothing wrong in my household.
Okay.
So, I'm more of the compassionate parent.
Cool. So one quick question before we wrap this up. With this decade we just had and a lot of things that has transpired as far as social media, police brutality, mental health, Me Too movement, our favorite celebrities going to jail for bullshit back in the 30 years ago. Do you think that us black people as a culture have taken a step forward or backwards? With everything if you just pile it all up in there, the Donald Trump with Barack Obama being our president for 8 years of it. Do you think we,
stagnant?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say we're stagnant. We're in the same spot.
Yeah. No, you think it's forward, always forward, never backwards.
I feel like we're stagnant.
If you think about it, we are. And always have been a forefront of trends on many a thing.
Okay.
And that has only grown. Hip hop culture alone, and let's just say the past decade, has come to a point where you have presidents making references to rappers. And I'm not just talking about Obama. I'm saying even your Bernie Sanders presidential hopefuls coming out to
get the black vote.
To Young Thug.
To get the black vote.
But that's what I'm saying. That is the most important. That's the most important thing, that they're gonna look for the black vote. That's the important vote. Although we don't account for that many people, they know what they're gonna get from the white people. The Latinos, they just hoping, that they get more of them than the next man. But they always focusing on the black vote. And like I said, that's continued to trend upwards. It's gonna continue to trend upwards. We've had a black president. That really doesn't change that much, but we've had that. So now what's next? A female black president, or a female president, or anything like that. But like I said, you look any and everywhere, there's a black person in the forefront of every industry that people are trying to emulate.
I'm gonna go with we've been the same,
and I'll agree with them.
The only reason, everything you just said, you said we've always been going for the black vote. It hasn't changed. It's the same. We're always looking for somebody to do something. We've been the top people that consume things. Hasn't changed. Everything that's happened has been the exact same. Nothing has gone up. You might think, you're like, okay, we had a black president. Okay.
Like I said, that didn't change much.
It didn't change anything.
But at the end of the day, like I said, it's trending upwards. It's always forward, never back.
It's always been trending upwards.
Exactly.
But
So how can you say
nowhere.
that it's stagnant?
Yeah.
But going nowhere.
Going
It's
upwards.
going nowhere, but if you look at, let's just say 50 years.
Okay.
50 years ago, if we're trending always upwards, are you saying we're in the same place now that we were 50 years ago?
Yes.
I think not.
I think we are.
50 years ago?
50 years. Go back.
I mean, let's just be 100.
What has changed?
And if it has changed, it's very minuscule.
Yeah, that's what I'm
haven't
saying.
seen
What
any
has changed?
change.
Because you know why? We
It's
haven't had
not
a
gonna-
black leader
it's
that's
not gonna
willing to
go-
take the bullet
It's
for
not-
the people.
It's not going to go leaps and bounds. Unfortunately, this is a slow race.
Well, that's
So once
sounds
again,
like
that
it's gonna be
says the
another
same.
50 years.
But exactly.
That's
but
minuscule. That's
That's not
stagnant.
change.
But change is change, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
Stagnant means the same. It means you have gone nowhere. We have moved up. I'm not saying
I'm
leaps
not
and bounds.
taking
I'm not
minuscule.
saying leaps and
I
bounds.
feel like the 10 years, we talking about 10 years, right?
Okay.
2010, 2020.
Okay.
It's been a lot of unjust towards black people, right? As
Yeah.
far as
That you've known
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that you've known about.
It's
What
been
you haven't
400
known
years
about.
plus.
I feel like with all of that, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think it's for a reason?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think because black people is doing more? You
No.
don't think so?
No.
So let's go back. So if I'm looking at the whole 10 years plus, I'm going back all the way back. We had enslaved people. I killed people. People
Enslaved
will
people for profit.
killed people.
Yeah.
We are now killing still. Now social media has shown, oh, we're killing folks still. We've been killing before then, before social media. Go all the way back to Cali. They was killing people when they had them beaten in the street, and they was like, oh, somebody
Talking about
died.
Like Rodney King type.
Was killing people. That was that modern day age social media.
Right.
Nothing has changed. We're still killing. We was hanging people then. Now the police are killing people. What has changed? The people that's showing who's killing folks? Shit ain't changed. We are still killing each other. People in Africa selling people. We're going to get a profit. Go ahead and sell enslaved folks. Go ahead. Come get us. Bring them over to America. Growing up, it was gang. We're going to kill each other. It's the same thing.
Over
We're
a
selling
neighborhood, bro.
over any. That shit don't mean you got a different color on than I got on. We're killing each other because of that. Period. You go through all the years. And there's statistics, we kill more of us than they kill of us.
Yeah, even under the banner of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, it still has been going on. Like Rosa Parks. Nothing has changed.
Shit ain't changed.
So black people,
We're in the same. No.
business wise.
No.
Business wise, because
No. To me, we had all of Harlem before. If you go back, they had Harlem. Period. Right. Black business was booming. Then what happened? They sold it on off to white America. We get something, we sell it off, and then we fighting again to get it back. And then we say, oh no, we progressing. It's the same kind of thing. History repeats itself.
But history does repeat itself, and it is a
So
cycle
nothing's
that
changed.
repeats, But like I said, it's getting progressively better.
It's not progressively better to me. Because if you're repeating
No,
yourself,
I
if
see
you
what you're
if
saying,
you
but
repeating yourself, how you
everything
getting
repeats
better?
itself.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, 50 years ago,
Nah.
black people weren't given the opportunity to even have a podcast.
That's then. The podcast wasn't alive 50 years ago. People wouldn't have a radio show back 50 years ago
It was way hard to get a radio show back then.
because there wasn't that many radio shows. You got to look at the actual thing of what it is. Just because it was hard to get something, it still could be hard to be good at something. There wasn't a lot of athletes back in there. You didn't see nobody in the Olympics back in the day. Then you saw people being in the Olympics.
So bottom line,
You saw people swimming.
Right.
So bottom line, you think
Can't
we
be-
haven't
they basically
we
saying
haven't
that
we
black
haven't taken a
people
step forward.
haven't-
You think we taking a step
No,
back?
we not. It's not a step
We
back.
haven't progressed in the last 10 years.
I don't think it's a progression.
You think
It
it's a
is
steady
the
line?
I think
same,
it's been
and people
divide
think
and conquer. That's what I think.
it's
I
a
think.
think.
We're still progressing, but we're.
It's not a
we're going
progressive.
But you don't see it as a
Different directions.
minuscule thing. Like each person has to die each time, and it's like 1%.
I think we expect too much from black folks. We expect black folks to unite.
So
like
who's
other
the main
people
black leader as right
Our
now
other-
in this decade?
don't. We don't have one. We all know that. We don't have none.
No,
I mean, we,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying,
I would say-
because you got Martin Luther King, you got Malcolm X, who's
Ain't no
as
more than
far
that,
as
bro.
I know,
Can I
is
ask you this? What's the black struggle? What is it we're fighting for right now?
there's the
police rights. We're
No.
really fighting for
That's-
You know what?
that's been
That's
there.
really like
been
a,
there
that's
because
a-
I really feel
that's
like
a-
we're
motherfuckers
really
been
fighting.
killing black folks since forever. Police. It's been the same thing every single time.
Right.
It's not a progression. When I say progression,
What you say?
it's
Okay.
the same struggle. You packaging it up as something
But
different.
that's time. I mean,
It's the same.
The struggle of now is going to be similar to the struggle of 50 years.
So that's
from
not
now.
a progression.
It is a progression because, like I said, different elements are changing, but there are some elements that remain the same.
Okay.
Like you said, that we're still killing each other. Yeah, but we're killing each other for different shit now. You know what I'm saying?
That don't mean
Shoes,
it's not-
Michael Jordan shoes are getting online.
that's not good.
First it was the Michael Jordan 2s, now it's the Michael Jordan 23.
Okay,
Oh.
it's not a progression.
I think we on 35.
But my thing is,
Right, but I'm
who's the head of the black?
But
I don't know if that
But if you
matters.
think
That's
we-
what I
we-
care about.
We were not alive during the Malcolm X, Martin Luther King era.
Facts. Of
course
We
not.
do not know who was actually behind them. We just know what history tells us they did. Whoever the black leaders are right now, we don't know. We don't care because all we care.
That's the problem.
But we don't know if that was the mentality then.
This is the
But
same
I'm
shit.
saying that there are some people who are of that belief, and there are some people who are very much ingrained.
Okay.
Like people who knew about Obama before he was running
Yeah.
for president. Unless you're in touch with that, like, of course, he said the black leader is T.I. For a certain culture,
He doing
that's
something.
who they go to. He is the...
It's
That's
like
what's up.
MLK.
Yeah.
He was considered a coon.
Right.
Before,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to unite all colors together. And at that time,
And he
blacks was enraged. Like, they were more on
Yeah, and
Malcolm X.
he
Like,
later...
they
Right.
wanted all action.
He later recanted the "I Have a Dream" speech, but a lot of people don't even know that.
Right.
All they know is
After
the "I Have a Dream" speech.
Yeah.
So have we once again?
After that speech,
Because then you see like two black people not seeing eye to eye. It's like, well, damn, I want more violence. Well, man, bro, I want more peace. So should we work together?
but at that
But-
It'll never work.
We've been so conditioned to
One way.
do our own thing
Yep.
that there's never going to be a true unity.
So where does
And
the
there we go.
progression
Wait.
start?
No. Why when there's no unity, what you just said, that means no progression. If we're not unified, you can't progress. Period. We have
to
not
have something.
progressed.
They have to have something.
There's
feel
no
like-
progression. We're in the exact same place, repeating the same goddamn cycle over and over.
Because all these rappers now that's talking about black rights, whatever. I don't even. That's a gimmick to me, to be honest with you. To get record says, oh yeah, I believe you. Are you willing to take that bullet? Are you willing to get assassinated? Are
And-
you willing to take your own life for your black people behind you? No, you're
And
not.
then, it's not a slight to him.
To me,
That same kind of mentality is the same thing. Now I don't believe in that person. It's that same cycle because you haven't done it yet. I'm looking for you to do something. We say, okay, you did that. Look at Jay. You went to the NFL, but you was fighting all this the whole time. We're automatically pushing him down, not knowing what he might try to do positive. Because we have our own thing. We tear our own people down over and over.
And with that, look at Jesse Williams, who's half white. He was speaking about black people.
He wasn't
The-
speaking. He just had a speech that people stood behind.
And
all
then
of a
we
sudden-
still talked about
And
him
tearing
and his
down still.
background. Oh man, but your mama white though. So how do you know fully how we
We
feel?
tear each other down no matter what. We make an excuse. You're half white. Who gives a fuck?
Nobody.
Somebody
who's
else
black
look
is
at
willing
you.
to take the bullet.
Looks at somebody black and you be like, well, he's black. He don't. If he said, I'm black, you be like, okay, but you half white though. It don't matter now because you half white.
I understand your argument.
But if you don't say you half black, fuck you because you know you black too. He don't know he black.
Your wife white.
Yeah.
Who
gives a fuck?
Look at Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna be a
Boy,
lawyer.
we tear each other down.
Just like we're doing right now. We're doing the exact same thing
We
right
tear
now.
each other down.
So
that's the whole point.
Let's hope within this next 10 years.
Fuck the 10 years. Hope to tomorrow.
I want it 2020.
No, I don't want years. I want tomorrow.
My personal experience, us as black people, we really been supporting each other.
But hold on.
It's come along. It's come a long way. It's gotten a lot
as far as
better.
financial, as supporting each other financially, because we always talk about Will's.
You mean
like I said,
like companies?
Yeah,
right, but like you said, when you say progression, it's not leaps and bounds, like I said, but it's small. There is more an awareness amongst our people to, hey, let's support our people. Let's support this black-owned business. Let's go to this restaurant. What's the cheesesteak place? You know, because it's black-owned. Mm-hmm. It's more of an awareness now because there's been so much discontent amongst us and so much bickering and so much fighting amongst us that now, and even with a lot of the police brutality and Colin Kaepernick taking the deal, it's more of an awareness so that now we can more so unify around something. Whereas before, like I said, as simple as 5 years ago, there was more of a I don't care. There's less of a I don't care now.
Nah.
I'm not saying that it's great, but I'm saying it is better.
The whole support of anybody that's enriched, I don't feel like it's any different. Once again, from years, 50 plus years ago. Yes. So go up with the jazz movement. If you go through history, it's been the same thing. Let's support jazz. Let's take that at a specific time and time.
Yeah, we got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It ain't shit changed.
That means Fillmore don't want to hear that shit.
The shit
Not
ain't
really,
changed.
We
The
got
shit ain't changed.
We got his point. So
Shit ain't changed.
Continue on to next year.
Shit ain't changed.
And that's why black people will
Here you go.
unite.
But that's a great ending. Go ahead, do your thing, Phil. P4, do your thing.
We will
let's
unite
look
at some
be
point in life.
positive
True,
that
I believe
2020 that we will take another step forward as black people as a culture.
The whole
to
point is
elevate.
I'm not counting.
stop looking at fucking
On a
race.
better
Push
note,
each
guys, I
other.
appreciate y'all breaking my popping my
What?
podcast cherry before 2020.
Ugh.
I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Ugh.
I had a great time.
No, thank you.
I really
Hey,
did. I
appreciate our guests
y'all
coming
having
out. We
me.
had
No.
Vince
Just
in
listen
the
to
house.
podcasts. Don't do that. Don't.
We had
take that as a
Ron.
Hey.
positive.
AKA Easy Money Pipe.
Easy Money.
Man, fuck race, yo.
The big
That's
homie
problem.
in the hizzy.
Says the black man with the
Not fucking
Shout out
black,
to our
nigga.
listeners. We on everything:
goddamn
Podbean,
melanin.
Instagram, Facebook, IG, YouTube. I'm missing something. Google Play, Spotify. Please subscribe. We're on everything. We appreciate y'all. Comment. You know, if you see us in public, say something. We'll holler back at you. Fellas, y'all got something to say to close out the current decade?
This is your boy Car, aka himself, Mr. Genuine, Mr. Carvassier. I love you, black people. I love all the listeners. Thank you for supporting us. All the sub shows, all the YouTube views, all the listenings that you give us on the podcast. I love you. 2020 is going to be bigger. It's going to be better. Keep listening. Keep watching. Thank you for your support.
Website coming soon.
It is I. Fuck race. If you want to go forward as people, just in general, y'all want somebody to go forward. Fuck race. Fuck race. When you start separating yourself from somebody, you automatically in competition with somebody else. Yeah, fuck race. Do better. No. New year, new me. I am. Understand. This is a positive thing. If you take it as a negative,
forget race.
Fuck race. Not forget race. Fuck race.
They ain't never going nowhere, bro.
If we want to do better,
it sound good.
With your black ass.
Yeah, y'all automatically. I mean, if people see that way,
Sound
cool.
good.
Do better.
I appreciate y'all.
Stop taking yourself outside of something else
the guidance counselor
and thinking you something else. No. Somebody that's trying to get everybody to be better.
Okay, he need a whole segment.
He
I
does.
do.
He really does.
Fuck race, yo.
Mr. Williams, any last
there.
words
No.
please, for the decade?
Fuck him too.
Guys, man. I
like
really
I always
Even though I
say,
appreciate him being
I
here.
appreciate y'all for real. Y'all giving me motivation. Black
Fuck
we're about
race,
to
yo.
sign off.
Black motivation.
Goddamn title.
Like I always say, don't be the one hearing about us. Be the one talking about us.
P4.
Peace.
Thank you, Layla.